Здравейте, здравейте, момци и моми, аз съм GMR, а това мисля, че е епизод 15 от поредицата ми на The Outer Worlds, Peril on Gorgon. Продължаваме там, където бяхме свършили. Аз само искам да разгледам преди да избера път. Продължаваме да обираме всеки неща, които севаме тук. Така. Тронки ние ще ги унищожим. За направо разпредушението. Добре, да походим цялата стая. Това намалихме по бързата процедура, но няма да говорим с него до преди да обходим цялата стая. Намерихме картата за отключване, може би на онази врата, която беше заключена преди малко. Сега ще отидем да я погледнем. Първо да ви прекарам през терминала. Антиклео. Така, ето тук се виждаше, да. Нора. Даже ние ме изпратихме съобщение. Браво на нас. Не получаваме експириенс, ама ние май въобще не получаваме експириенс, да ви кажа. Някъде мога ли да видя колко експириенс имаме? Current XP 17664. Да, видяхте готин. Но преди това продължавам да оглеждам тук. Какво се случва? Добре, това ни изкарва някъде горе високо. Така, връщам се. То как ме стреска. Тези спринцовки няма ги взимаме. Тази врата можем да отворим и ще я отворим. Не искам да се сбиваме сега, но явно нямаме много избор. Оп, това е сам. Добре. Аз без да искам почнах да пукам по сам. Като видях робота, викам, дай, трепай. Трепай смело. А той самчо. Така, ние тук още даже не сме го гледали. Тук имат терминали, имат 330 неща. Това като цяло е доста голям кораб. Добре. Продължаваме да обикаляме големия кораб. Тия храни, ще гледам да ги избягам, да ги взимам. Черкуляцията обаче не. Това не знам какво е, затова го взимам. Ето там има врата, която трябва да отворим. Но ние не можем да я отворим. Добре. Сега слизам долу. Слизаме и тук долу. Чупиме крак, естествено. Обаче слизам тук долу, за да мога да влезна в тази стая да прегледам. Това беше прекалено много денч. Като казах, този кораб е доста голям и най-вероятно доста време ще се лутаме из него. Дали успях да свера всичко тук? Приемам, че да. Ето така и те не останаха гадини. Първо успях на доктор, ще го намерим по бързата процедура, обаче просто искам да разгледам.
Keep him quiet, Cap. Wow, you got that?
Кой знае къде ще ни отведе. Явно на някакво место, където сме били. Няма как трябва да съберем. Аре, кучета не са толкова важни, ама тия неща тук са важни. Тук всичко е взето. Този асансьор къде ще ни заде? Севаме, защото не знаем. Добре, но този кораб наистина е много голям. Аха, окей. Сега ми стана ясно къде сме тук. Тук тия роботи при малко къде ги избихме. Видях някъде терминал, обаче не си спомням къде е. Е тук долу. После пак имам след този епизод един куп документации за прочитане, обаче с моето темпо на четене ще ми отнеме още половин час това нещо да се случи и не мисля ще да се случва това нещо на камера. Гледката е интересна. Тази светлина тук ми дразни очите, но ще събера всичко, което мога. Напукна това, че светлината ми дразни очите. Така, аз мисля, че обиколихме тази стая, реално. Не мисля, че остана нещо за... Добре, тук остана малко за дообикаляне. Но... Това, което ми направи впечатление, че май наистина не вдигаме... Experience. 664, да. Защо ние не дигаме Exp? Не мога да разбера. Някакъв бъклива тази игра. И тук трябва да е... Да. Добре. Мисля, че остана само още едно място за... с което трябва да преминем. Да видим къде ще ни отведе. А това е именно от тук. Даже май се сетишам къде ни отвежда това. Да, определено били сме тук. Окей. От тука? Това е затворено. Окей. Ами да отидем да говорим с пичагата. Доктор Уол. Мисля, че покрихме цялата станция или почти цялата станция. Може нещо сме изпуснали. Се надявам, че не е било кой знае колко важно. Сега това означава ли, че ние можем да влезнем при него директно? Тази карта ще ми трябва. Здрасти, брат.
Shush. No talking. Concentrating. Damn it. I almost had it. The formula was in my mind and I almost had it. I was so close to a breakthrough. I could practically taste it. You really did pick the worst time to manifest.
Да започваме добре. I'd appreciate if you came to your sense. I'm in a hurry.
Oh, hang on. I see what's happening. You're real. Ergo, not a hallucination.
No, I'm not.
This is interesting. I have several questions for you.
So.
Let's start with the obvious. Who are you, and how are you even alive?
I was going to ask you the same thing. What happened here?
All sorts of things. Science, mainly. A little bit of research. If you're talking about all the dead bodies, that'd be the pink slip protocol. Right. That answers that. Next question. Do you come bearing fresh pharmaceuticals?
I don't think this fellow's entirely in his right mind.
Look, we all know you're here to interrogate me. If I'm going to go through this ordeal, I'm not doing it sober.
Interesting device you've got here. There. What are you taking?
You mean my inhaler? It's designed to deliver a highly concentrated dose of Sky High right through my respiratory system. The formula's still a work in progress. Clears my mind for a few precious moments. The rowdy tenants of my mind palace stop their chattering, and in that silence, I experience clarity. Inspiration through inhalation. That's Sky High, or it will be once I perfect my formula.
You can use some inspiration, Doc. Relax. Take an inhale.
Are you sure that's such a good idea,
I
Captain?
don't know.
Seems like this fella's head's already in the clouds.
Would you like this
Първата да
unit
ти
to
обясня.
play
Пише
relaxing
Persuade,
music
правиш
while
го.
cleaning? If so, say, Sam, play soothing jazz. Now.
Who's what's now? Take an inhale? Yes. An excellent suggestion. Much better. My mind is clear. So are my sinuses, in fact.
You need to tell me what's going on.
Auntie Cleo instituted the Pink Slip Protocol. Fancy marketing term that translates to, we're not satisfied with the quality of your work, so we're revoking your lifetime contracts. Can you believe Auntie terminated my entire team? It's a terrible setback. For my team, I mean, not for me. Not this time. I'll continue the work on my own if need be.
What work would that be?
I'm, working on the task that I was hired to perform. I'm fulfilling my contractual obligations.
Да, въпросът е какво
Auntie
правиш.
Cleo wants us to develop Anthracillin Plus, a new and improved version of the original Anthracillin formula. And what Auntie wants, Auntie gets. Eventually. I was making considerable progress. I can't possibly fathom why they prematurely terminated the project.
Jasper, everyone's dead. There is no use lying.
I'm not lying. I'm carefully curating the truth for you. All right, listen. Auntie needs to be patient. I'll eventually get around to developing Anthracillin Plus. My priority right now is Sky High. Once I perfect my formula, I'll be able to keep my mind functioning at peak performance without any pesky distractions, like feelings.
You said this was the second time you lost a full research team?
Auntie had been threatening to instigate Pink Slip Protocol for months, though I honestly didn't think they'd have the stones to do it. I was on the verge of giving Auntie the results she wanted. Well, almost on the verge. Approaching the verge. The point is, I didn't think this would happen.
Да, ясно. I'm listening.
Before I was traded, I worked on Project Gorgon.
Това го знам.
I lost that team by attrition. Management turned the screw on my team. Forced me to fire 1 in 10 researchers. The few of us that remained were overworked and exhausted. We didn't have much of a security detail. I don't know how the primals got loose, but my team didn't stand a chance.
I know Lawrence Goodfellow gave the order to downsize your team.
You've done your research. Yes. The unfortunately named Mr. Goodfellow decided his ego was more important than our research. We were designing a drug the likes of which Halcyon had never seen. A veritable panacea that cured lethargy and guaranteed a lifetime of productivity. I was overwhelmed, overworked.
Не, има къде стане, но
Forced to submit
после ще
unfinished samples,
много къс лайфтайм.
impossible deadlines.
Не трябва да говори с никой. Тук не може да имаш вяра на никой в тази игра. You're obviously under a lot of pressure.
I started self-medicating to enable my genius to perform at a greater capacity, to forget, to endure, to feel nothing. Project Gorgon was in its final days when the primals attacked our lab. It wasn't long until Spacer's Choice authorized my transfer to this facility.
What exactly does Anti-Cleo have you working on?
Anti-Cleo wants us to develop Anthracillin Plus, a new and improved version of the original Anthracillin formula.
Да, това го
And
знам,
what
но
Anti
мисля, че има
wants,
още
Anti
нещо.
gets. Eventually. I was making considerable progress. I can't possibly fathom why they prematurely terminated the project.
Да. You already told me you were working on the Sky High.
Right. A few moments ago, when I thought you were a hallucination, to be perfectly honest, I was hoping you'd forgotten. Auntie needs to be patient. I'll eventually get around to developing Anthracillin Plus. My priority right now is Sky High. Once I perfect my formula, I'll be able to keep my mind functioning at peak performance.
Да, това го слушахме. Okay, I need to get inside the chem lab on the Gorgon.
No, you don't. There's nothing interesting in the chem lab. There's nothing interesting in Gorgon at all. Gorgon is a featureless rock dragged along by the gravitational current of a barren asteroid belt. The chem lab is a graveyard. You won't find anything there but the dead.
Sounds familiar, somebody been warning me to stay off Gorgon.
Well, it wasn't me. I've been stuck in this place for ages. In any case, it's becoming obvious you're not listening to sensible warnings.
Nope.
If you've set your heart on exploring my old labs, I won't try to dissuade you. Indulge me with a favor, and I'll give you the access you want. The electromechanical turbine is offline. Without any power, I can't possibly continue my work. Be a dear and reactivate it for me. That's all I ask.
Your colleague are dead, Jasper. Don't you think it's time to quit?
Not that it's any of your business, but I don't get to quit. My colleagues are dead, and yet I live. So I don't get to quit. Take the elevator to the storm platform at the top of this facility. Reactivate the turbine, and I'll give you the access you want.
Добре. Hold on, I've got more questions.
Of course you do. Well then, let's hear them.
What's that draft message on your office terminal all about?
Did you snoop through my things?
Absolutely.
Just admit it to me. You do have gall, I'll give you that. Look, I keep a draft on my terminal where I vent my occasional frustrations with upper management. It's honestly one of my less detrimental coping methods, as I am not stupid enough to fill out the name in the address field.
I want to talk to you about Project Gorgon.
One thing at a time, my chatty accomplice. Turbine repairs first, interviews later.
Okay. Сега тук също има една врата, която предполагам, че вече можем да отворим. Това, надявам се да има някакви скрити запаси, които ние не сме открили, защото взимаме всичко наред. Ето това ще мога тук. Опа. Тук ще може да използва каквото има в този съндък. Мистер Асансьори, качиме гори. Глич. Whoa.
Malfunction. System processor is suffering an electrical overload.
Споко, брат. Тук има няколко робота. Вземи този чук. Сега тук да огледа. Айде. Падни. Аз мисля, че някакви малки робочи са останали, ето някаква батка горе. И сам не мога да се оправи самичък. Тук всичко е някакво много разхвърлено. Всичко е некъде си, къде си иска, ръче, няма никакъв ред тук. О, господин докторе. Обаче определено не получавам експириенс и след този... Приключим този епизод, ще хвана да видя този проблем. Какъв е, що е... Нещо не ми се вярва да сме достигнали макс левела, но пък знае ли човек, може и да сме го достигнали. Там как да отидем сега при... Картешница. При онези приятели. Аз пък взех, че ги деактивирах. Не съм. Отгоре. Добре. Това хвърли така. Така. Няма проблеми. Добре, голямо ниво е. Вече 1 час сме на него. Окей, че. Не знам тази ръчка какво трябва да прави, но и там гледам, че има... И от другата страна гледам, че има още една ръчка, отивам да я натисна. Защото предполагам, че трябва. Ай.
You sure we can't hang around for a bit? I want to get a look at its innards.
Айде, отидай и гледай. Това бая високо асансьорче, в смисъл бая високо ни отвежда това асансьорче. Леле. Тук грам не разбрах какво стана. Quick save.
The facility's back on the grid and my pipes again floweth with the sweet, sweet essence of my salvation.
Yeah, whatever.
I suppose I have you to thank for realigning the machine. Of course, Jasper, you imbecile.
I'm done. Now get me inside the chem lab.
You'll need my voice to get into the chem lab. I'm obviously not coming with you, so I'm giving you a recording of my dulcet speech.
Okay.
This recording should get you into the chem lab. I hope whatever you're after is worth the trauma. I wouldn't go back there if I was higher than the mercury levels in a can of salt tuna. Wait, take my gun while you're at it. If you end up dying on Gorgon, there's a non-zero chance I'll feel partially responsible. Neither of us want that.
I need help with the security in the chem lab. You know that place better than anyone.
Die, perhaps? Automechanical sentries are generally programmed to ignore corpses. I don't like the idea of going back to that place, to that life. Yes, I know it's not me risking my throat gallivanting around Gorgon. It's you, for whatever madcap reasons you've got. I've helped you once, and I don't feel great about it. I made a clean break from Gorgon, and now it feels like you're asking me to tether myself back to that place.
Jasper, let me worry about Gorgon. Helping me could help you move on.
I suppose you've got a point. Or something resembling a point. I'm emotionally addled right now, and I'm allowing my sentiments to get the better of me.
Whatever.
Here, my personal security keycard. There's a hallway near the processing room. It leads to a security terminal. Use this keycard to unlock the hallway and disable security.
Perfect.
Even if I wanted to talk about Project
Нека пак
Gorgon, I
опитаме за
couldn't.
Gorgon.
All my memories of Gorgon are intact, but they're in disarray. Like a book with its pages shuffled. Making sense of those memories requires clarity of mind. Clarity that only Sky High gives me. To tell you everything I know, I'd have to be dangerously euphoric.
One hit won't hurt.
All right. Just one inhale. Easy does it, Jasper.
Надявам се нищо не му случи.
Have you ever seen a lake as still and clear as a mirror? That's how my mind feels right now.
Okay. What really happened on the chem?
The disaster at the chem lab was my fault. I tested adrenotime on primals. I decimated my own research team. And I was a coward. I locked myself up in isolation.
Като тук?
I told myself that I needed silence and solitude to perfect my formula for Sky High.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth is that I was ashamed.
Okay. What's so important about Sky High?
Nothing. Everything. I told myself I needed a drug to help me focus, help me work. The weight of guilt crushed my capacity to work, but if I didn't work, then I was worthless. Adrenotime was like that. It was designed and marketed as a necessity, an elixir of productivity. It made you feel guilty for not using it, and then hurt you when you used it. I'm starting to lose sight of my own thoughts. Entropy reasserts itself in the palace of my mind. The high never lasts more than a few moments.
You can at least tell me the formula for adrenotime.
Surely you jest. Even were I inclined to teach you, which I am not, you wouldn't be able to replicate an alternative to Compound X. The compound is derived from the metabolic waste of xenocytes, a microbial life form growing beneath the surface of Gorgon. However, they're accursedly sensitive to their ecosystem.
Okay. No xenocytes means no compound X. No compound means no adrenotime.
Exactly. When Project Gorgon was active, corporates' varied attempts to port xenosites off-world killed them, every time. And even were one able to cultivate xenosites in a petri dish, they'd need millions to refine even a dash of the compound. We mined immense amounts of Compound X directly from subterranean caverns in Gorgon. So you see, there is no Adrenatime without Project Gorgon.
Се друсна още веднъж. Ще го накараме първо, ще quick-сейваме.
I'm on the verge of a breakthrough.
Да.
As I mentioned, making...
You could use the Sky High Jasper. Clear your mind.
I suppose you're right. I do need to relax. Up you go, old friend. And just like that, the demons of my mind have all gone silent.
Did you ever believe Project Gorgon could succeed?
I'm a scientist. My entire life is built on the foundation that science is a force for good in the world. I believed in Project Gorgon. Spacer's Choice didn't. The compound that we discovered on Gorgon had all the makings of an elixir. It could have been the greatest medical achievement since the discovery of antibiotics.
You're saying Spacer Choice gave up on the project?
I'm saying Spacer's Choice never saw anything in Gorgon beyond profit. Adrenatime would have taken years to develop responsibly. We needed time, resources, room to make mistakes. Project leadership panicked at the first sign of a mistake. They gave us no resources, slashed our time in half, and demanded we produce anything marketable. I'm starting to lose sight of my own thoughts. Entropy reasserts itself in the palace of my mind. The high never lasts more than a few moments.
I know it's getting dangerous for you, but this is important.
I shouldn't. Thank you, but I'm starting to reach the threshold of my tolerance. I'd have to clear my mind in order to answer your questions, and that requires a truly irresponsible dose of Sky High. And admittedly, a truly spectacular high.
Don't be coward, Jasper. Do it.
I'm very likely a coward, but I'll do it anyway. A toast then. May we perceive our lives as meaningful and our existence as endlessly spanning. Because Architect knows the alternative is crippling for the psyche. Even one as superior as mine. Up you go, old friend.
I'm after... Nah. What exactly went wrong with the Project Gorgon?
Lawrence Goodfellow and his vultures in the OCI drove my team to death and picked our bones clean. They wanted us to develop a miracle drug. Fitting, because developing a viable humane drug with no time, no resources, and no personnel would require a fucking miracle.
What do you mean humane?
I mean fit for human consumption. I mean designed for the benefit of all humanity, not just the benefit of a few greedy scavengers at the top of a corporate altar. I lost the best years of my life trying to improve the lives of everyday people through science. And my superiors forced me to develop an addictive, destructive, horrifying drug for marketability. I'm starting to lose sight of my own thoughts. Entropy... I can't tell you how badly I want another hit right now.
Няма проблеми.
I love how simple you make it sound. Cheers to at last freeing myself from the monotony of unremitting failure.
Направо унищожаването в чая. По-шело,
You don't know how beautiful it is in my mind right now. No cares. No anxieties. No yesterday. No tomorrow. To forget time. To forget life. To be at peace.
Окей. How's you to Jasper? Everything's alright?
I have absolutely nothing to say. Possibly ever. There's nothing left for me to do. Nothing at all but to wait.
Долу ме щужихме, добре, дай сега да водна. Научих някакви неща, малко безмислено ще се получи. Ще го накараме още веднъж, мисля да...
I'm on the...
Кое? Айде да научим за Ambrose. I'm after Dr. Ambrose's journal. What's so important about it?
The author. Dr. Olivia Ambrose was one of the most brilliant minds in Halcyon. She wouldn't have kept a journal for something as tawdry as mere sentiment. Dr. Ambrose never made it out of Gorgon alive. That's the sort of thing that happened to the project's best minds. They were killed. They turned marauder. Or they became me.
Come on, Jasper. Ne. What about Dr. Marion Blakesley?
I don't want to know anything about Dr. Blakesley. My lab was a source of constant frustration for her. We were the reason human inquiry couldn't do its job. The OCI pressured my lab. Under pressure, we delivered poor samples to human inquiry. Human inquiry tested poor samples on human beings, leading to adrenotime, leading to marauders. I'm starting to lose sight of my own thoughts. No.
Ай, стига толкова. Стига толкова, научихме каквото можахме. Повечко. Не ще да го прецаквам чиляка чак толкова много. Откъде трябваше да излезнем, бе? Викам да излезем от кораба и след като излезем от кораба да сейваме и да слагаме край на епизода. Reject, естествено. Че то май стана по-дългичък и то може би бая по-дългичък. Защото преди доста време таймер ми показва, че половин час сме минали. Че сме го минали, така че... Добре, тук ще сложим края на епизода. Пожелавам ви всичко най-хубаво. Чао, чао и до нови срещи.